Hi everyone, I'm Jonathan from mpighome.com. Today I'm going to share with you on RPGT. What is RPGT? RPGT is actually real property gain tax, and this RPGT is actually imposed in Malaysia in 1976. Okay, it's been quite a while. So there have been a lot of changes in the rates that have been charges. So what is RPGT? Let me explain it to you. So RPGT is a capital gain tax imposed in Malaysia when a property is sold and the seller get the profits from the investment. So how is it calculation? Later I will show you how is it. This is very important because you need to know your exact return from your investment. Okay? If a property is sold at a loss, then there is no RPGT payable. Okay. So what does it mean from the profit that you make? So in SPA in Malaysia, if let's say you sold, example, you sell, when you buy a property where your SPA price is at 300,000 and where you maybe 5 years later when you sold 400,000, let's say, okay, you bought at 300,000 and you sell at 400,000, indirectly you already have a 100,000 profit, and this is where the tax will come in. Okay, so it depending on which bracket of your tax level. Okay, let's say your tax level is at 5%, then you from the 100,000 that you earn, then you have this 5% of tax. Okay, so which means 5,000. Okay, so why is it so important is because for us to do property investment, you need to know exactly how much you earn, and you don't really wanted to sell at a loss. Okay, so if let's say you bought a property in Malaysia with a lot of rebates from the developer, so how does it count? If let's say you're buying a property 500,000, okay, with 10% rebates, okay, so if your net entry price is actually 450,000, so but in the SPA you are signing at 500,000. Okay, so let's say later on, if you sell your property at 600,000, so what is your profit margin? Is actually 600,000 minus 500,000, which is 100,000. But if let's say later on you sell at 500,000, even though your net price is 450,000, you do not have any RPGT because in SPA your price is 500,000. Okay, so this one you need to take note on that. This is all the costing that you will have if let's say later when you wanted to sell your property. So how is the current situation in Malaysia now? Okay, so what's the difference for this year and last year? Okay, in 2022, in Malaysia, if let's say your property hold more than 5 years, which means on the 6 years onwards, there is no RPGT charge. It's 0%. Okay, so this is, you can foresee this year actually a lot of owner will sell their property because why? There's no RPGT, especially those who have hold more than 5 years from their SPA date. Okay, remember as RPGT also count from your SPA date. So let's say you bought a property from developer. Okay, so they need 4 years of a construction period, and this you bought at the most early batch. So you waited 4 years, you get your property, then you decided to sell on your 6 years. Okay, so this they will count from the date that you bought your SPA stamp. Okay, which is 6 years ago. Okay, it's not when you're VP, it's not when you get the key. Okay, so hope all this will explain, will give you a very clear mind on how's the calculation for RPGT. Also, what is subject to RPGT? Okay, for RPGT is based on any property in Malaysia, including land. Land also will have RPGT. So every Malaysian citizens, okay, or permanent residents are granted a once in a lifetime RPGT exemption. Okay, for the first disposal of their residential property under the law. So you will have free RPGT for your first property disposal. And also, they actually have an exemption on the sale between the family members. I think this is a lot of people, they're not too sure. Okay, example like sale of property between the parent and the children, then there's a free RPGT. Okay, then also sale between spouses and sale between grandparents and the grandchildren. And also to help the low-income families, as that there's a full exemption on the sales of affordable house price below 200,000. Okay, this is actually started in 2019. Okay, so provided the seller actually have hold the property for 5 years. If you think this video is useful for you, please like and subscribe to it and share to all your friends. And I hope this will help all of you having a great journey in property investment. Bye. Thank you for watching and see you on the next episode.